Hey, yo, bring it back. Had a full 8 hour today, but I'm excited to talk about it. You already know what it is? All right, cool. So, Fantastic Four first steps coming in hot, about 200 million production, give or take. And overall price, box office, we're looking in about 435 million. Made twice back the money. Would have been nicer to make it four, right? Continue that four. Solid movie. Not too shabby, not too bad. A little fantastic. Let's take it to the review, y'all. All right, y'all. So, Fantastic Four First Steps takes place in Marvel's Earth 828. Starting off by showing Reed Richards and Sue Storm, aka Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman, having their baby and or going through the steps of having their baby, all while the narrator is explaining what has happened within the events of the 4 past years, explaining that the team went up into space, hit a cosmic storm, causing them to get said superpowers, while showing the villains and creatures and monsters they have been facing, aka building up their reputation throughout the whole world, all while discussing and talking about these distress signals that they have been receiving throughout these past 4 years, aka SOS messages. When all of a sudden, the Herald of Galactus, Silver Surfer, shows up to New York, into the Earth's broadcasting system, and begins warning the Fantastic Four and all of Earth about Galactus, aka the Planet Eater, explaining that it's all over, the planet has been chosen, and it will be consumed by Galactus. As they take off to space, their journey begins, and that's pretty much where the movie takes on. So big ol' shout out to my roommate, Broski, and Big Dog at Just Joey for pointing this out and making it apparent. The movie felt like a comic book, right? Comic book in the sense where every scene in that movie was so fluid, it felt like you're turning the page, right? Like, oh, they're gonna have a baby, turn the page. Big old origin story, okay, turn the page. Okay, oh, they're fighting a giant lizard, oh, they're fighting monkeys, they're fighting this, and it's just like, oh, okay. It's the fluidity, the fact that the runtime, big thing by the way, the whole movie overall felt like this is what the story is, this is the problem, and this is how we're gonna fix it. And another thing I really pretty much appreciated were the characters themselves. Pedro Pascal did a great job as Reed Richards, playing the semi-psychotic, oh my god, lab rat, right? Like, I'm so just locked into work and science, I'm trying to figure out everything, I'm trying to heal everyone, fix everything, etc., right? He did that role so freaking well. Same thing with the actress that played Sue Storm. She did a great job, right? Because she played the character like in the comics where Sue has to step up. She has to handle the Fantastic Four. She has to handle the companies. She has to handle the world. Hence why I totally agree why they made her the leader, or semi-inserted leader of the Fantastic Four. Because Reed's too damn busy. You know what I mean? So it just makes sense to let that boy cook in the lab and let Sue just handle everything, right? And plus it gives her a moment to shine, and we get to see more of an in-depth character with her and a stronger bond and relationship with her and Reed Richards. My boy Johnny Storm, and I love the way they pretty much portrayed Johnny in this movie. He's not just the oh, I'm a cool rich kid, or hey, I'm like piggybacking off Reed Richards, my brother-in-law, and Sue Storm, my sister. No, he is a literal astronaut. Like, he passed the exam, like he did his dues. Yeah, he does have that jock-like intention, ladies' man, but at the same time, they really brought out the best out of Johnny Storm in this movie, making him both that character, but at the same time, hey, I can literally decipher an alien language because I put my mind to it. He basically may not be Reed Richards smart, but he's still above the regular person smart, which is a pretty big deal in the comic book movie. And last but not least, my boy, my personal favorite from the Fantastic Four, Ben Grimm. The actor that played him did a pretty solid job. I really feel like the character was holding him back because it's really hard to portray Ben Grimm. But for what he had, he did a good job. Good job in the sense that, hey, I know I am the thing, right? The mascot, the ugly monster of the group. But you also see him giving back to the community. You also see him trying to realize that I'm never going to forget my roots, right? Like, this is who I am. This is who I grew up to be. And of course, it's not a Marvel movie without it being a Marvel movie. Here we got the usuals. Last but not least, of course, the ending in itself was pretty much just like any other standard Marvel movie, right? They tease, they bring in the hype for the next and following sequel. But the way they wrapped everything up, It just made sense. Just because it makes sense, it doesn't mean that it's a masterpiece of an ending either. But the ending was hype. That's all I'm gonna say. No, but yeah, I mean, solid movie, loved it. Let's just get to the score. I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie a solid 3.8. The reason for this score is because I wanted to give it the Fantastic Four score, but at the same time, it was lacking in the areas where they were lacking, like how I mentioned right here. But it did so good in all these areas right here. And I really want to be honest about it and not overhype it too much, because yes, the overall message of family was there and it was wholesome, right? Especially towards the end. But the overall story and how they ended up resolving the issue was just corny, and it was just like, okay, I see what you guys did. But it was necessary and they did what they needed to do. Best way I could say it, y'all. Otherwise, go watch the movie. Check it out. It's really worth it, especially if you're going to go see it for Tuesday, Wednesday, AMC, $6, $7, your local theater. It's worth the watch. Even worth the rewatch if you're a Marvel fan and a hardcore comic book fan. I recommend it. There's some Easter eggs in there that are just awesome. And if you know me, you know me. Hey, y'all made it to the end. I appreciate it. Don't forget to show your boys some love and make sure to like and comment on the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe for more content. Also, big ol' shout out to Coolycooks as my artist. Shout out for today, as well as my boy Art.simple up there right now on the screen. Be sure to check them out. I'll have their information right here on the screen. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you party people on the next one. Peace.